Run it back, run it back, run it back. Hello? That's the jag calling. Let me click over real quick to let my jag talk it. I eat it. Ooh, Pac-Man, that's the way my neck talking. Right? I ain't never coming back the way the stress. You don't make no clap back when you backpack, my bad, but I'm past that. With a NASDAQ, that's cash. When the money fall, I'ma slap that. Clap when the money go, you don't slap. That's facts. If the money low, I'ma grab brown man. When it come back, I'ma give back my bad. When it take Mr. Direct Hit, I'm sad like, who's that knocking at my window? They say that it's the money, I'm like tenfold. Over and out. That's gon' make you up like a limbo. She said she not a, she an ooh, why you do that like that? It's a lot of money, why are you mad like that? Ooh, I'm in my new bag, my bad. You ain't getting too bad, my bad. Yeah. First of the month, I'ma run it back. Ay. Same day, why I'ma run it back. Ay. Friday, payday, run it back. Ay. Run it back, run it back, run it back. 48 yards, I run it back. Ay. I cop a car, I run it back. Go on your then run it back. Run it back, run it back, run it back.
Hey everybody, it's the coach. This is the NFL 100 Game of the Week.
Okay, Coach. Well, we are about a $50 cab ride away from Midtown Manhattan at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford. Today, it's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we've got a good one in store between the Oakland Raiders and the New York Jets. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Derek Carr is set and ready to roll as he leads the Raiders out onto the field. Carr in his 6th season, 28 years of age, former second-round pick back in 2014, and a lot of people feel this is a critical season for Derek Carr as a Raider. Remember, there were whispers that the Raiders might be in the market for a QB in the draft, even contemplated maybe making a run at Kyler Murray, but in the end, they stood pat with Derek Carr, hoping that he's the long-term answer.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Offense.
That's going to set him back 5 yards.
Still second down.
And that false start penalty is certainly not helping their cause here. Second down and long.
Come on, QB, come on. Shoot!
Working from the gun, it's Carr. Got a man open, it's Darren Waller. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Solid gain of 18 and a Raider first down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Carr defers to Jacobs on the draw. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
They run it with Jacobs. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. This is Jalen Richard, the 4th-year man from Southern Miss. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. And finally brought down at the 43. That's good for 21 yards and a first down. Defense had a chance to get off the field here on the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important 3rd down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. On second down now, it's Jacobs. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down. A check on Jacobs from a week ago. 14 carries, 56 yards.
They look like a team that really emphasized the running game in the offseason. They were going to build around it. Didn't matter if they were going to run gap scheme, power scheme, whatever. They've got a runner who finds yardage if you give him just a little bit of space.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. 8th play of the drive, so a somewhat fitting pickup of 8 yards. On second and a couple, Carr. And this is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Sixth touchdown of the season. And the Raiders drive right down the field and score on the opening drive.
The losing streak had taken on a life of its own, and I think it infiltrates a team when you're on that much of a slide. But this group has managed to focus, come out early, and put a touchdown on the board. They look like they mean business in this one.
They do. Now the key, holding on to that attitude, because, man, that streak has been a struggle for them. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. So here are the Jets under new head coach Adam Gase. They will be led out by their second-year quarterback, the third QB taken in 2018, Sam Darnold.
You enjoyed watching that game tape, didn't you?
Yeah,
Last week's game.
It was good. Four touchdowns, one pick.
Now, you were a little upset about the pick. I didn't know if you would play him this week or not if you were the head coach.
Hey, they got the win.
You got the win, so you're going to give him another chance?
I'm going to give him another shot.
All right. I think the ratio is pretty good. He'll try to eliminate the interception, but he wants to keep that hot streak going, throwing touchdown passes. 2
yards the gain on the keeper, and it's second down.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up the score.
And no pitch there and no chance either as he's brought down behind the line of scrimmage. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that's going to lead to a third down.
You must be getting tired of seeing me.
Throwing here on third down, Darnold. And it's caught by Herndon. The 21 yards there as they convert on third. By the end of last year, Herndon had solidified himself as the primary tight end for New York. Overall, second leading receiver in 2018 on the team behind Robbie Anderson. In fact, his 39 catches, most among rookie tight ends in the league a season ago. It was Maurice Hurst who got him down.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
17 yards for the Jets there as they've got themselves a first down. Now a first down carry by Bell. And he'll be brought down at about the 25 after a pickup of 4. The numbers for Bell on the ground in the game last week. 13 carries, 64 yards and a touchdown.
He's been a huge part of their winning streak because he establishes not just an identity and a tone, but the team relies on it. He takes care of the football, he gains yardage for him, chews up clock, and has been a big part of why they're winning games lately.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Now after the run by Bell, here's another 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. Herndon's got it complete. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Well, I know from past experience, before you actually play a game, you visualize what's going to happen. And I don't know anyone who doesn't visualize themselves being in the center of what's going on. That's 3 catches for him here in the early going. He's got to like the way this has started.
Absolutely. 3 catches on any drive is good. Opening drive, that's a tone setter. 1st and goal, and a chance to get that initial touchdown right back.
Hey, orbit.
Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Robbie Anderson, the man he was looking for, but it'll be 2nd and goal. 2nd and goal, the lone man in the backfield, Le'Veon Bell.
They still playing soccer. Y'all playing the right. Hey, Delta. Slip.
Darnold now to throw. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal?
55. Let's go, D. Let's go.
Here's Darnold. And caught by Thomas for a Jets touchdown. Demaryius Thomas, his first touchdown on the year, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. And all about timing there on that short slant, Charles.
Exactly right. That was timed up so well. The route, the throw, touchdown.
Point after, right down the middle. And we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And to be frank, they're just in a tough spot. It's only November, already eliminated from playoff contention. I know their fan base doesn't want to hear that, but that's the case. He's got a man, complete.
Come on, baby.
These two teams all tied after one. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. To throw his car. There's a short little toss to Carrier. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. Carr will come up here with a 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 5 for 5 here to begin the game. Looks like he's going to get a couple here on this 1st down carry, and that'll make it 2nd and 8. The linebacker, C.J. Mosley, in on the stop. On 2nd down, Jacobs. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. It's a gain of 6, moves him to a manageable 3rd and 2 situation. Trying to run for it with Jacobs. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. He needed 2, he got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down and a yard.
Another scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
So unable to convert for the touchdown inside the red zone, but they do come away with 3.
Yeah, it's a 32-yarder. That's essentially an extra point nowadays, right? Because it's 33 as a general rule for these guys. So it should be a simple kick. But you know what's really strange nowadays? When they miss an extra point, I think they carry that with them longer than missing a field goal because an extra point's supposed to be automatic.
Absolutely, and I would think even field goals inside of 30 yards, even though they're substantially shorter than a PAT, it just has a different feel, doesn't it?
Different feel, a different vibe. That's what I get from all the kickers I talk to. They always say if I miss an extra point, that's the one that bothers me more.
A nice little screen. They get 6 on 1st down. From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4. Back to throw, Darnold. It's brought in by Jamison Crowder. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Give him 12 yards there, and the Jets have a 1st.
Bravo!
Darnold on 1st down. He's going to air one out for Anderson. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense, when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football. And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
He finds his target. It's Crowder. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a 1st down.
Some think that teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there. People can't really locate them, and they run that quick cut on the slant, and oftentimes they can turn it into big plays.
Bell. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. 2nd and 11 now. Darnold, he's going to air one out for Anderson. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. The Jets on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This is 3rd and 11. Found his target. It's Anderson. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. Robbie Anderson, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Jets are going to retake the lead. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to his 2nd and sometimes 3rd progression. That was a nice play.
This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. Derek Carr and the Raiders set for their next possession. Been a decent start for him here in this first half, but they're losing. And I think as the captain of the offense, you probably always feel like you need to do more in that situation.
The best have always felt that way, and they won't settle for anything less. So right now his goal is to increase what he's doing on the field, try to make sure his teammates come along with him, and he feels like if I do better, everyone will do better. And that's what we're seeing from him right now. Got to have a little extra determination.
Yeah, a little extra determination. He has thrown the touchdown pass. No interceptions for him personally to this point. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Raider first. Well, that right there is what Jalen Richard can bring to this offense. I mean, last year, yes, he had 55 carries, but they used him more as a receiver. He had 68 catches in 2018, which was tied for the team lead. Really adds a nice element to the backfield for Derek Carr and company. That one good for 13 and a Raider first down.
And he's the epitome of what we call the move tight end, a guy that you can line up anywhere, in the slot, out wide, in tight, doesn't really matter because he has such great skills. You want to utilize him in all aspects of your passing offense.
And there he was in the slot for the catch. Avery Williamson there to make the stop.
They just keep trying, but so far, finding no room for him to run.
None whatsoever. In fact, you run the numbers, he's under 3 yards a carry at the moment. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Carr completes it, and he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags.
Defense.
So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. To throw, it's Carr. And it's caught. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. A 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Raiders have retaken the lead. Now they'll line up to kick the extra point.
And no matter how it comes about, when you get good field position, you have to make the defense pay. Short fields usually make for good offense.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can try to have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defend.
That's caught inside the 20.
Illegal touching. Offense.
So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. On fourth down, here's Lachlan Edwards to punt it. Back deep for the Raiders, Jalen Richard. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. That's taken on the 25. So just a 3-yard return following a punt of 45. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts at their disposal as well. So that changes everything that you're doing here. Without those timeouts, you can only work the sidelines, hoping to get out of bounds. Here, the middle of the field is still available because you can call timeout and regroup.
The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. Carr will come up here with a 1st and 10. And he's hit on his first 9 passes now in the ball game. Now Carr, he'll find his tight end. That's Waller. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. Carr will come up here with a 1st and 10, and he's now 10 of 10 throwing the ball here to start the game. Carr going to throw. He's going to find and complete it to Renfro. Now he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. Now the Raiders going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. On 1st down, Carr. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19. And okay, so much for our halftime break. Apparently we're going to get right back to it. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This one fielded at the 5. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess that in the locker room, they talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. Give him 12 yards there, and the Jets have a first. On that last run, he's now hit the 6,000-yard mark for rushing yards in his career.
And moves him squarely into the top 100 rushers of all time. In fact, he can boast that he's rushed for over 1,000 yards more than Gale Sayers did in his career. And Gale Sayers was a Hall of Famer.
And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Le'Veon Bell. His 4th touchdown on the year as his guys are able to regain the lead. Getting your back involved, what's the importance there in the passing game?
Well, oftentimes you can create mismatches because who's going to cover him? And you get him into space, which is where he likes to operate with the ball in his hands. Oftentimes makes people miss, gets that run after the catch, and off he goes.
And into the end zone. Extra point right down the middle. And that will make this a 4-point game. Now after the touchdown, it's Lachlan Edwards to kick it away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone.
Let's go, baby.
time here to remind you that coming up later tonight on Sunday Night Football, it's the Seahawks and the Eagles from Lincoln Financial Field in Philly. And then tomorrow night on Monday night, more Birds with the Ravens involved in that one. Sadly not taking on the Cardinals or Falcons, though. Instead, they'll match up with the Rams in L.A. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Not much room here as he only gets it to about the 30. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5. From the gun now on 3rd down, Carr. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Brian Poole. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
To throw is Darnold. He's going to air one out for Anderson. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in. So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Out of the shotgun, it's Bell. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. Bell, of course, 3-time 1,000-yard rusher. Sat out 2018, but you look back to 2017, a tick under 1,300 yards and almost 700 more receiving. A screen to Bell. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the 1st down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
Yeah, they're right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. Darnold throwing complete to Crowder. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. So 2nd in inches after that 1st down completion went just shy of the marker. Darnold. And Anderson's got it. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. That one a 1st down pickup of 8. Darnold now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's a give to Bell. And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
On 2nd and 9, Darnold. Open man is Robbie Anderson. And he gets halfway home from the 10 to the 5 on a pickup of 5. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4.
Hey, dude.
The shotgun snap for Darnold. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Chris Herndon, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Jets will extend their lead. A good, sustained drive there in this 3rd quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice 2-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing the mix of what they did, how they moved the ball downfield, very sharp, too. Each and every play seemed to be executed with great dispatch.
So that drive goes 8 plays, and it's finished off by a New York Jets touchdown. Now the Oakland offense heading back onto the field to take over. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. To throw again on 2nd down. Carr throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Darren Waller, the intended receiver. And now it's 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Carr now to throw. It's caught. Jones. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. 23 yards on the play.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. They're down here in the third quarter trying to get something going. Going to the outside there didn't work out, though.
Yeah, and from the cheap seats and from where you and I are sitting, we did pay a pretty good price to get in here, right? You often wonder to yourself, why do you make that type of a call? That one went for no gain. But I think this offense thinks to itself, if we keep running these plays, eventually something may pop. It just didn't on that one.
Throwing his car on third down. Open man here, T.J. Jones. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 28.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Now by Zay Jones. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
Check pass, check pass.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Derek Carr, 3 fourth-quarter comebacks for the Raiders last year, and they only won 4 games total. So they've got some experience dealing with tight ones. Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. Now Carr, complete to Jones. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Here's Jacobs. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block.
And that's going to be caught for a Raider touchdown. A 5-yard touchdown as his guys are back within a single score. And there was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
And this is caught. So they took a chance, but they are back within a single point here in the 4th. Well, I guess the coach looked at the 2-point cheat sheet, said go for it, get it to a 3-point game, and they did it.
Yeah, and sometimes you just throw out time of game. You don't worry about that. There's just a feel sometimes in making that call, and he felt good about what he had for a 2-point conversion, and now they're only down 3 and feeling great about themselves.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. Now a good running play here to start the drive. That'll net them 14 yards as they pick up the first. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Jet first down. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. Now Bell. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll leave him with a 3rd down and 6 to go. The Jets on 3rd down. Can't be any better than a perfect 6 for 6. This will be 3rd and 6. Darnold now to throw. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete. Critical play in this football game because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
They'll call this a 41-yard punt, 7 on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And things are starting to move in the right direction. They get the touchdown last drive, then their defense gets them the football back.
Yeah, now they have a chance to get the lead if they can put something together here. I'm eager to see how they decide to do it. Do they want to be methodical, or do they want to take the big strike and go after it right now?
A nice-looking play to start the drive. Down the middle and complete. Give them a 1st down, 15 yards that time for the Raiders. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Working from the gun, it's Carr. That's complete to his tight end, Waller.
Well, they were unable to make anything really big out of that, but it's not a bad idea to find your tight end and give him an easy completion and keep moving things forward. Almost his bread and butter. It's a good running back dive play.
Carr finds Williams. Williams loses the football, and it's scooped up by the Jets.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
Bell running on 1st down as he'll push forward for about 3. Credit the tackle to DJ Swearinger. They'll go again with Bell. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
I know we're in the era of wide-open football, a lot of spread formations, more space, but there's still a spot for power football. We just saw some of it right there. How about that run?
Yeah, breaking the tackle, and, you know, late in this game, he wants the football in his hands. He's had a good day. Bell running on 1st down, but he's going to get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Nevin Lawson there on the tackle. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down. And they'll try the air now with Darnold. And that is incomplete here. The rookie there defensively to knock it away, Trayvon Mullen. This a very important drive, and that incompletion leads to a very important 3rd down here if they're going to try and get the football back.
Yeah, getting it back, absolutely crucial to their chances to try and win this game. I would expect a lot of pressure here. They can't afford to let them continue to get 1st downs and eat away at the clock.
The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check-down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get it to that big frame and hope he can scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
Derek Carr getting ready to go again on offense. Certainly they want to win this game, but down 3, they know what they need to do. Get in field goal range, at least have a chance to tie.
And if you approach it the right way, you almost have a safety net. Knowing just a field goal gets it done. You don't press for the touchdown, but you take it if the opportunity comes. If the opening's there, someone slips in the secondary and you get a big play. But otherwise, get the 3, put that on the board, and try to extend the game.
They'll be trying to muster 3. Of course, they'd love the score to win it. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. Tyrell Williams was the intended target, and it's 3rd down. To throw on 3rd down, Carr. He completes it to Jones. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. That one will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a 1st down as well. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. He'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. He's back to throw. That's caught by Waller out left side. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now gives a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Jones has it. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 35. Back to throw. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. The safety, Marcus May, in there on the coverage. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. On the draw, Richard. They get 6 here after the incompletion, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 4. Carr signaling to his guys, let's go here. Caught by Jones. Oh, no, he lost the football.
This has been an up-and-down, back-and-forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
Is under review.
Come on, baby, let's go. Get excited. Let's go. Here we go. 54, right there. 54.
Partner, they're less than 2 minutes ago in the game, which means that this challenge was initiated by the fellas in New York.
And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop him with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. Carr to throw. He'll find his running back here, Richard. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. And a timeout coming in. This will be their final one with 10 seconds remaining. So out comes the field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. Now a final chance to stop it here as a timeout comes in with 10 seconds left in the game. So out comes the field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. This to potentially send us to overtime. And his kick is good. And they will tie this game here in the final seconds. So a money kick there in the final seconds. And now, barring any hijinks on the kickoff here, partner, I think you and I, we're going to settle in for a little overtime.
And I wouldn't have it any other way. This has been a dogfight all through regulation. No reason to think it won't continue in the extra period.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. Tie game, and barring something incredible here, we're likely headed to overtime.
And just a couple of scenarios here to keep in mind. One, if you want to be really aggressive, you do throw the Hail Mary and see if you can get something downfield.
What would you do?
What I would do is either hand it off inside.
And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This will be fielded at the 6. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. The Raiders offense now, they trot back out, except for their first drive here in overtime. And this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team. And that first drive can dictate the whole thing because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
It's been loud in here so far. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Running is Jacobs. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2. Hoping to keep this OT drive alive. Now they face a 3rd and 2. From the gun, it's Carr. Got a man, it's complete. Williams. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. So in jet and 10 at the 41. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. All that, and it only nets him a yard. It's 2nd down. On 2nd and 9, He's going to find and complete it to Renfro. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Raider first. Carr now on first down. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep two hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. Carr again here on 2nd and 10. He'll find his tight end. That's Waller. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Partner, a great game that we got to see and making it extra special. Not only did I get 4 quarters with you in this one, I got some overtime, a little whipped cream on top.
Look at you, trying to make this whole thing palatable.
I just want you to pay for my meal later.
You really just wanted 4 quarters, what you wanted. But how much fun was that? We had that type of a game where we got us to overtime, and then we get the dramatic ending to finish things off as well. What a game.
So for Oakland, the win keeps them barely hanging on to their playoff hopes as they move to 4-7.